I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Welcome to my channel. It's a fun, crafty space. So today what I'm doing is participating in a collaboration. It's the A to Z Christmas Challenge hosted by Rach and Bella Crafts and Journals in Time. Not the only one that's on this day. There's two people that got assigned the same day and the same letter. The other person is Dale from Not Too Shabby Chic, so check out her video as well. We're both doing the letter L, different crafts, but yeah, we have the same letter. So yeah, this is going to be running throughout the month of November. There'll be 1 to 2 videos per day. I'm trying to get all the information in. I wrote stuff down, but you know, it's a thing. And there are people that are contributing to this are people from all over the world, crafters who do paper crafting. And who knows, you might find a new friend. I found somebody I didn't know about in the first few days of this collaboration. So yeah, I definitely subscribed, and I'm gonna be going and hanging out with her some because I liked her stuff, and I liked her voice and how she presents things and such. So yeah, there are also some prizes. Okay, trying to remember everything. I did write stuff down, but you know, reading sideways is weird for me. Okay, so you have to go and watch all the videos and like and subscribe and leave a comment. I think that's the big deal. You do all that on each video and you'll be entered into some prizes. Lots of different things. I'll link the link tree down below in the description box. There's a lot of people participating, some really big names, and some like me that are just making a little squeak here and there. Okay, so if you go and watch all of us and like, subscribe, and leave a comment, then you can get a prize. I heard Angela Kerr saying that she had donated some gift cards. Her kits are always beautiful, so there you go. So yep, if you want to be in the drawing, do all those things the whole month. There you go. And yeah, good luck. So the link tree is going to be down below. The hashtag to find all the stuff, I mean, the link tree is going to have it, but the hashtag for it is, this is not my best thing that I do. It's A to Z, hashtag A to Z Christmas Challenge. And that should bring it up on whatever social media that you prescribe to. Okay? All right. All that being said, my letter is the letter L. And yeah, so what I'm doing is light. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do in crafting, paper crafting, making journals with the letter L, but I narrowed my focus down to light. Okay, so well, I narrowed it down to something I could have fun with mostly. So this is a shaker card. It's got some very muted snowflakes in there. Hopefully you can see them shaking around. I'm gonna put a few more things in the one we're gonna make today. But I put some really cool stuff on the edges, you know, because I'm trying to do light everywhere. The Christmas tree has stickles on it, and it also has this edging. It's a really cool pin that I found out about from Happy Bird. She's got a really cool channel. If you ever, you know, need some crafting, you can check her out. She makes a lot of Christmas crafts. Anyways, she didn't do this. I just found out about the pin from her. Okay, so this is you know, this is this. Goes in there, and voila. I know, it's simple. It's not something genius to do, but that's what I did. So now I'm going to show you how to make this. And if you watched any of my videos, you know I'm going to put lace on things. I won't do it on camera, but that's just how I roll. I have to put lace, right? And there's a little ribbon rose up there. We're just going to do the basic construction of this, and you can do it ever how you want. I mean, you don't have to do what I do. You don't have to use the papers I'm using. You can use, this is the kit that Rach and Bella and Journals in Time provided for this challenge. You can use old Christmas cards, whatever you want to use. This is the papers I chose to use. This is the one for the letter A. So yeah, I'm a rebel. But they said we could use any ones we wanted. So I thought these panels would work good for making what I wanted to make, right? So I cut those out. So if you're going to do this, do that. Cut those out. When you're printing this out, do be careful, because don't print it at regular, print it at shrink to fit way down, because it'll print off the edge. So be careful about that. If you're using this one. This is a fussy cut sheet, and it is from the letter L. So I'm sort of following some rules of some kind. So I use this tree, and you might say, well, yours looks a little bigger than that. Well, you know, there are some secrets that a lady just doesn't tell. Anyways, you can fussy cut out anything or everything. This star was another strong contender. You can fussy cut them all out, whatever you want to do, or whatever you want to put in your shaker card insert, whatever we're going to call it. Okay, so that's what I'm using to make this, and some lace and so. Anyways, that's what I'm using. All right, putting that aside. If I can pick stuff up, I will show you what I'm doing. Okay, on these, once you get them cut out, get them right side up, you can use an oval, you can use a circle, you can use a square, whatever shape. You don't have to do what I do. I'm just showing you the basic how to do it if you want to do it. A square, a rectangle, a triangle, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to use for, you could use an old envelope, you know, a mailer envelope with the window in it, just use that. I'm just saying. Whatever you want to use. Paper crafters, we have our way of, you know, recycling, reusing, refurbing. I put an oval in it because that's what I wanted to do. You don't have to. I put an oval. All right. I picked the one that I wanted for my front and the one I wanted for my back. And I didn't double side print this because nobody's going to see that. Okay. So I tried to do as much as I could and still show you all the steps without boring you to death, because, you know, yeah. So I got my double side tape on here, and I'm going to put my glue around the edge. I'm trying to keep things away from this edge. Now the glue I use, if you use art glitter glue or cosmic shimmer, it will dry clear and you won't see it. Some glues you use and they'll have a shiny spot. They say it dries clear, and it does, but it still leaves a shiny spot. So to me, that's not all the way clear. Okay, off my rambling. I'm taking the backing off, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I did check my glue. I'm not living on the wild side today. Sometimes it's good to check that, just because sometimes, you know. Okay, so what I do, now, like I said, you don't have to do this. You can do whatever you do. However you adhere things to other things. I like to use the double stick tape because it gives me some extra hold power. And I like to use the art glitter glue or cosmic shimmer, whichever one is cheapest at the time I'm purchasing. This, okay, I'm sure you can't see this, but it's just, you can use any kind of plasticky clear, see-through, whatever. This is, I took it from an old photo album that's being redone. That I'm taking apart, that I took apart already. Okay, so, and it had the, you know, the little plastic covers that you just slide pictures underneath. You can use packaging, you can buy acetate. I mean, you don't have to buy expensive things, okay? It's my point. You don't have to. Paper crafting is about, you know, shopping your stash, doing what you do, right? Okay, so instead of fiddling with this right now, I'm going to let this just sit and settle into its new life and behave itself, okay? So I'm going to put that to the side. And I have one, I'm just fiddling around on my desk. I know you can't see me, but sorry. I have one that I have already set up. This one has all the stuff done to it already, and double stick tape put back around here. Because, oh, I missed a spot. Because I ran out of tape on my way, and then I forgot to finish my job. That's what happens when you know, you try to be prepared, and yeah. Okay, I was at the end of a roll, right? So, there. Okay, glad I saw that. And, yeah, so I always press my double stick tape down, just so that it hopefully will stick to what I want it to stick to. So now that this has got this on it, this comes to a little bit of a tricky part, okay? It is what it is. You're going to put your stuff in here, and you're going to put your glue around there, and then you're going to put the other one on top of there. So this is where it can get a little tricky, right? I've got another piece to this. Where did I put my other piece to this? Excuse me, I have to go over here and find what I was doing. Okay. Oh, craft lunches happen, as Julie from Camellia Crafts Design says. Okay, I have one ready. It's already got its stickles. I'm not good at this. Okay, stickles and the edging and such. But I thought, since I'm showing you all the steps, I would show you this. Hopefully. Get off it. Wow. Yeah, be careful. See how my Cricut cut this out? And it cuts all the little bits out. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these together. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and it's not too complicated. Now, the reason I have one already prepared is that when you put stickles on something, you're going to wait at least an hour, maybe more, maybe 2 or 3. I kind of let it do it and then come back the next day. And it takes a while to dry, is what I'm trying to say. So, here you go, right? Just, if you can't, if you don't have the software to mirror your images, a lot of us do nowadays. If you don't, then just put some colored cardstock on the back of it. It's a complete option, right? And press it down real good, right? I have this pin that I was telling you I found out about from Happy Bird. It's like gold leafing around the edge of something. Deco Color Premium, whatever, Prime Primero, I don't know. You just shake the thing. It's like a can of paint, I guess. And be careful, because it's a little liquidy, but it works pretty good. So you use this, or you don't have to have this either. You can have a marker, or you can ink it with distress ink if that's, you know, more your style. We all have different styles. But I was going for as much light as I could get on this particular project, right? So, with this, See, it kind of does, it looks like a gold leafing kind of effect. I like it. That Happy Bird has a lot of good ideas for Christmas stuff. Or for other stuff, I guess, too. I've just been watching a lot of her Christmas stuff. Anyways, here you go. Just go around it carefully. Now, when you're doing this, you want to do both sides because... Okay, you don't have to do both sides. If you're doing your hole and you want to leave it solid on one side, leave it solid on one side. It's fine. You don't have to do both sides and leave it as a peak hole. You can leave it as a solid on one side and the hole that you can see through on one side. That's easier. I don't know. I just wanted to be a little complicated, I guess. Anyways, take your pen and just carefully, meticulously, tediously go around here on both sides and get your little bit of edging on there. Then you got a lighted tree, right? I hope you can see that. It looks really pretty. So that's what I did for that. And with stickles, oh, like I said, you have to do those and then wait for a long time. I'm going to show you how to do it in case you haven't seen it before. Most everybody's seen stickles, right? So I just went over each ornament on the tree and gave it a blob of stickles, right? And it's really pretty, and it gives it that extra little light, yeah? Now I'm just doing this quickly, but because of, you know, video time and space and all that. But if you're doing it, you know, like for real, take your time. Because, oh, and another place I did the stickles was down here on this lantern. I think it makes it look like it's, I can talk really. I think it makes it look like it's lit, you know? To me it does. Now, as I said, I'm going to set this aside somewhere safe. I don't know in my craft room if there's a place that's safe, but I'm going to set it somewhere safe and let it dry. Yeah. And we're going to work with this one that's already done and dry. Now you see how that does for the yeah, the lantern and all. I think it's pretty. Okay. So now that we've got our job done on our what we want to do is, I have these little, you get like a bajillion zillion of these in a package. Amazon, right? And you can just place them, you know. They will float around all over, wherever. Be careful. Now, if you have glitter and you like glitter, use it. I'm not a glitter kind of girl. I found this star, though. I thought I might add this one in. It's one-sided, though. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll probably think about it and not do it. Anyways, I wanted to add a few more little dimensional things in this one. So, yeah. Little teeny tiny beads. Red and white and gold and such. Just to give it something to shake around, right? Okay. Just, well, like I said, shop your stash. Find what you have and use it. Is that all of them? Because, yeah. Just put them in there carefully. Because this is where, like I said, it can get tricky. You want this to stay, you want these to stay contained in their place, right? While you put this on top of it. But before we put this on top of it, what I do, this is just me, okay? Hey, I thought it was moving. Okay, I go in and I trim out this plastic now that it's had time to dry. Plastic, acetate, whatever you're using, trim it around so that you get good you can stick this down really well. This plastic is problematic. Plastic, acetate, whatever you're going to use, it can be problematic to stick. I hope I'm in shot because I'm trying to see what I'm doing. It can get problematic. Like I said, you don't want to have more of that than you need. It's okay for sticking things down to, you know, have a little bit extra, but yeah, I try to go in and trim that out. Then I'm going to do my little glue trick and try not to, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm right in under the plastic now, just going around it so that I can tack it down with my glue underneath, right? And trying not to nudge any of my stuff I just put up there in the other part. And trying to stay in shot and not get my head in the camera. You know, this is worse than trying to pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time. Ooh. Okay. All right, here we go. But we're having fun, right? Okay, now just press it outwards. Okay, press it outwards from, you know, center out, right? So that you're, yeah, doing that. Okay, now back to this one. It really is fun, guys. It really is. It's if you want to have a fun, crafty afternoon, do this. It's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Tricky part, and then we'll be done with the tricky part. Okay. We're gonna take this, and now I live in the desert where you get static no matter what you do. So if you live in a staticky prone place, be careful, because these things can start flying about like somebody's blowing on them or something. So be careful. I'm gonna put my glue around here. This one's already trimmed out and tacked down, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Okay. Just putting the glue around on top of the sticky double stick tape. Hopefully I'm not getting my head in the camera. Because, you know, I have a lot of this stuff I'm trying to watch. Oh, look at that one. Get off it. Ooh, where's my tweezers? You know, it's still fun. All right. Like playing, you know, that game, Operation. Oh, I'm not good at it. Okay, I'm not putting that back in there because it had glue on it. So, yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, just so you got enough to tack it down. Next big suggestion. Oh, my word. I didn't look and make sure I had this one right side up. Excuse me for a moment. I will be out of shot for just a second. Yep. Okay, it is right side up. Get back in there. See, I'm telling you, just like if somebody's blowing on it or something. Static. Okay. Next, now that you've got your plastic in there, and your plastic in there, and all your bits and stuff in there, don't worry about the outside lining up. Worry about this lining up with itself, right? You just want your, whatever shape you're using, to fit on itself, okay? You don't worry about the outside because you're going to trim all that down anyways. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you're going to trim this down anyways to be able to fit into your pockety thing, right? I got a little bit of glue oozing, but I'm okay. It'll be fine. Nothing to cry about. Okay, here we go. I'm going to squash this really good because I want all those things to stay in that place that I've put them. Dadgummit. Now I'm not going to move it around too much because I want it to be dry and not have things sticking to the edges. I want them to be able to move around, right? So I'm going to let the glue dry. While that's drying, we're not going to touch it. We're going to move it to the side, okay? Over there. Safety, right? So while we're waiting for that to dry some, we're going to work on this. This is the same concept as what I just showed you. Put your plastic in. Now, I always ink this before. Ink it or don't ink it, it's up to you. I use white, lightweight cardstock to print this out on, so I inked it. Yeah. And I put my plastic pieces in. They're in, whether you can see them or not, they're in. On this side, I used masking tape. You can use washi, you can use whatever, just painter's tape, anything, so that you have this laying down flat. Something you can trust, though. Some washies you can't trust completely because, dude, they will let go and then they will become a problem. You want something that's not going to be a problem, because I didn't trim around this. You don't have to. It's, I don't know, ridiculous to try to trim around all that and glue everything down. Your card's going in this way. If your card's going in that way, tape this side. Whatever way you want it to go in, because you're going to put your card in here. Now, if you want to just do this easier, right? Leave your back on this one and double side print, you know, and you have something pretty in there. Or put something there, whatever you want to do. The one that I showed you, I did completely with the Cricut because I was doing a prototype, right? With this one, I did a cutout, and then I did, what I did was lay it on there so that it was straight, right? And then I just took a pencil and drew around my shape. You can do this with a circle, you can do this with a square, triangle, green eggs and ham, anywhere. You know, just whatever one you want to use that one, okay? So, this is just what I did, all right? So I've got my double stick tape on here, and just one of them. I don't have double stick tape on that one, just this one, right? And I'm going to take this off and get it ready to become my little holder for my card, right? Oh, come on. Again, I'm going to use some glue because that's how I roll. Yeah. So, putting this in here. Also, on this, you have to decide which one you want to be your front, which one you want to be your back. Those are not hard choices, usually. Life can give us some hard choices, but this isn't one of them. This is easy. Okay, so we have that. And we do want to make sure that we've got them both up, right? The right direction. This is the top, okay? This is the top. Whew. You want to keep your top and your top in the same place. And then line your corners up, or that's what works for me. It might not work for you. Do what you do. I line my corners up, and then I go, oh, it moved. And then I, you know, readjust and readjust. It is what it is. And then glue oozes out, but I don't care. Okay, here you go. Then we have our little pocket, and we're going to let that, you know, if you have some extra hanging over there, you know what? Trim it. That's what I'll do, is trim it. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Now, this has gotten a little bit dry. What in the world? Okay. You never know what's on a crafter's desk until you know. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now, this is drier. I'm still going to be very careful with it because you've got plastic under there, right? You don't want to play around with that too much until it gets completely dry, right? Okay. And I think glitter would be nice. I don't do glitter. There's a thing. If I do glitter, I find it 10 years later and I know where it came from. I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it hanging around and being everywhere. Now, I will do like the heat embossing. Love doing that. The big chunky stuff, the glittery, that kind of thing. That's great. That little fine glitter. I think I'm somewhat cursed with it or something. I don't do it. So I've learned, you know, we all have our limitations and I know mine. Glitter is a thing. I don't do it. Sequins, buttons, beads, yeah. Glitter, no. So I'm just picking that up and going around there. Going around there and going around there and going around there. Okay, so like I said, don't worry about this lining up. Doesn't matter on that because you're going to trim it down. You have to trim it down anyways to make it fit into your little holder, pocket, wallet, whatever you want to call that. They're going to put it in, and you may think, oh, that's kind of wobbly. Well, it's when paper gets wet, it gets a little, it'll dry flat. It will. This one dried flat, so, and this one dried flat, so it'll dry flat. So there you go. All right. It's just, you know, a little moist from the glue, and that's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. So on this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this off now. I'm not shaking it around too much yet because I still have a little bit of glue I can see around the edges that's not completely dry. And I don't want these things to stick to that. So crafting does take patience, right? Patience is a virtue of some kind. I don't generally like it. But anyways, patience, you know, let's be patient. All right, I'm going to get a ruler and I'm going to line it up on this, on a line, and I'm going to try to be straight about this part. I mean, you don't have to be super duper, oh, I've got to get it all completely straight. You don't have to do that. It's just fine. And some people use a craft knife. With my coordination, I find that to be a little bit on the dangerous side. I have used a craft knife many times in my life, but this is a little safer for me, okay? So I'm going to take this and run it right up through there and just take that off, right? You don't have to take that much off if you don't want to. It's just whatever you want to do. I'm just taking off the bits that I think I don't want to have to deal with. I'm trying to make sure this is straight somewhere, you know. So I'm going to take this, line it up on this line, and I'm going to carefully take that part off, right? Now these are going in the trash, in the garbage, all right? Then I'm going to take off, I don't want to take off any more than I have to on the bottom because I kind of like that little reindeer guy, you know. So I'm going to do this. Am I straight on that? Don't worry about it. Okay. So, like I said, we're just having fun. We're crafting. We're making something cool and such. I think it's going to be, I'm going to give them to my grandchildren because I think they'll like them. Okay, so I'm going to do this. They like things that are interactive, right? Okay, here you go. On this line, I'm going to take this off. Now this makes it fit into your little folder thingy. Super simple, easy, right? And you don't want it to be too crowded in there. So, there you go. Let me put my stuff away so I don't harm myself or sabotage myself later. Okay, so I'm going to take my corner rounder, not shaking it too much because I can still see that little bit of, yep, I can see it. I'm going to round my corner. You don't have to round your corners either. You can do whatever you want to do about that. I like rounded corners more or less. Okay, so Most of the time I'm going to do that number. All right. Now, I'm going to bring that pin back out again. And we're almost done. Oh, I didn't shake. Let me shake it. You're supposed to shake it. And this has got a lot to go around, right? Don't shake this. Don't shake this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take this and just go around here. I learned very quickly that you don't shake it without the lid on it. Guess what happens? It shakes ink out. Seriously, it's a very liquidy kind of thing, which is good. Unless you don't want it to shake out all over the place, make big drips that you have to clean up. So there's that. We learn, don't we? And it does have a little bit of a smell. I have asthma, and so I try to avoid things that smell, but just a marker smell, I guess. You know how they smell? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Going around it. Now, I'm going to wait until everything is completely dry before I do the other side. So, I think I've given you all the steps, so you can go and do this if you so choose. Make your little wallet for it to go in, and it'll fit right in there and line up, and your whole, you can see through the whole thing, and it'll, you know, line up. I just don't want to shake this around too much because I don't want it to stick up there. So I'll show you this one. Because I did shake this one around before, and it stuck up there. So, but yeah, they still shake all over the place. And I didn't put these little beads and such in there, which I think is cute. So, yeah. Anyways, there you go. That's how to make this shaker insert card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy this craft. I hope you make this craft. Yeah. It's super simple and easy and fun. Super fun. Shop your stash. Get all your little bitty pieces of this and that and throw it in there, and be careful if you live in a staticky place, because they will go everywhere. Use glitter if you have it. And then, you know, let me know how that works out for you, because, oh, it just always makes a mess for me. I'm waffling on now. I shall hush. Remember to go and watch all the videos. There's another lady that's doing the craft on the same day I am. Dale from Not Too Shabby Chic, and I don't know what hers is, but she's doing something, and she's got a lot more subscribers than me, so she's probably better than I am. So go and watch her, and everybody else on YouTube that's doing this, and have fun. Learn some new stuff, or relearn some old stuff, or I'm waffling again. Anyways, good luck with the drawing, and yeah, have a lot of fun. Okay, you guys take care. Please like and subscribe. That would just be awesome if you do. Thanks for watching. TTFN.